Hey, Kiki. Kiki, I gotta get Vinny. Story to explain, everybody. Vinny's back. Gotta figure out what to do now. I thought I'd do a little video. What's the matter? Thought I'd do a little video of explaining how a dog person became a cat person, I guess. When I was a kid, I lived in New York and we went to the ASPCA and got a dog and loved that dog. I would go to my grandparents in the summer in Ohio and my dog went with me every time. And then I ended up moving to Ohio and had my dog all through my childhood until I graduated. And then after that, when I moved on, I didn't really have... Now we've jumped down here. And after that, I moved on and I didn't have any pets for a long time. I know. I got married. I married into a dog and 2 cats. And they were great cats. Then my now ex had always wanted a Persian, just had to have a Persian, and it wasn't really my idea of what I thought would be a great thing to do, but she wanted it, so I agreed. And the guy kept trying to sell her 2, this one and her brother, and she was saying no, 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 and then she went to pick Kiki up here. Her name in Hawaiian, because we used to take some Hawaii trips, is actually Kiki, but no one's going to pronounce that, so it went to Kiki, which means little child, little one, or whatever. And so anyways, when she went to pick up the one cat, the guy came out with both of them, brother and sister, in her arms. They were little bitty kittens, and, you know, who could blame her? They were gorgeous little cats. And got her home, and it was lucky that she got both because Kiki just did not like my ex. Did you? Stop moving around. You're going to give people, going to get them sick. But she just did not like my ex. And wouldn't hardly let her touch her if she was by me, and my wife came to try to pet her. She would meow at her and run away and just didn't like her. Got to where she would pee on her side of the bed. Just not a fan. So after a few years of marriage, we just lay down. After years of marriage, we ended up in a divorce. And when I left, the only thing I wanted to keep was Kiki here, because she was my buddy. She's always been my buddy. There was a time when we were living in Colorado and had to move to California, but I had to stay in Colorado because we couldn't sell the house, and I needed my job to pay the bills. So Kiki stayed with me. I moved them out to California, and Kiki stayed with me, and then finally we ended up getting the house rented, and I moved to California. So Kiki's my buddy, and she's just, you know, like animals. They're always there. They don't care. Good and bad, they're there. So that's how I ended up with her. Great co-pilot. Loves to travel, always have. She's great in the RV. If you've seen some of the other videos, she loves to sit up by the coffee pot and watches the road, sleeps, all kinds of good stuff. But she's a great co-pilot. And then when it comes to Vinny, we'll tell the Vinny story. Let's go. I tried to get this part in. I'm going to go open a door, Kiki. Kiki was never a fan of other animals. She's just a one-person cat. Here goes Vinny. Jason, leave her be, Vinny. Come here, buddy. Come here. So if you see this guy, if you've seen older videos of him, Vinny was born with one ear. He's missing an ear. And Vinny has some issues. He has litter box issues. How Vinny came into the picture was, I was house sitting, and where Vinny was, They were feeding about 20 outside cats, and Vinny was just a little bitty kitten. Again, if you go back to old videos, he was tiny. Well, his liability of missing an ear proved to be pretty cool feature, so I felt for him. And he really is a very lovable, friendly cat. He'll lay up under my chin and knead, and just very affectionate that way, more than Kiki is, to be honest. But so when I saw him, my aunt had lost their cat. He had died suddenly, and she was taking it really hard. So I put two and two together, and I thought, man, these guys would be good for each other, you know, help her get over losing her cat. And Vinny sure needed a home. And I just can't, in that little Class B that I have, I just can't see having two cats in there. And again, Kiki deals with him pretty well, actually. She's fine with him until he wants to play, and she just leave me alone. So today it's Saturday, and Vinny's back with me because Vinny has a problem that I'm gonna try to fix. He has a problem of pooping in the tub and sometimes on the floor. Never on carpets, just only on flat surfaces. And you know, I had him for a bit, and I was trying to break that habit, and it's gotten to where I think he doesn't like any litter. When he does go in the litter box, he goes bananas, moving every tiny piece of litter out of his way. So now I filled the tub with water, which I've tried before, but unfortunately my tub always seems to lose water like theirs was doing. But Vinny. So, you know, I made the promise when I got him for them that if it didn't work out, I would do something about it. And they're great and wonderful people. My uncle he couldn't deal with the litter box issue of pooping in the tub. It was just driving him crazy, which was creating them stress. And the last thing I was ever wanting to do was give people more stress. I was just hoping that they would be a good fit for each other. So I'm going to try to keep working to get his litter box routine fixed. He went to the vet about 2 weeks ago, week and a half maybe, whatever it was, and the vet fell in love with him and said, oh, if I'd let her, she would steal him away from me. Well, even though it would be difficult, I'm going to see if the vet will actually, if she was just being nice or if she actually meant that, because in my mind I couldn't think of a better home for a cat than with a vet. So I'm going to see her on Monday, which is tough because I am really attached to him, and for me, I guess part of the selfishness was, you know, I'd rescue this little friendly dude, and then I'd also get to visit him at my aunt and uncle's house. But if it's causing stress, that's not a good thing for anybody. You know, he's a cat. He doesn't know why he does what he does, and he doesn't understand. But I had a problem with Kiki in the past. Like I said, when we first got her, there were 2 other cats, and one of the other cats just did not like the kittens being there and would attack them. Well, and then they got older, and we had pee problems where they were marking, especially Kiki was marking basically any spot that other cat went. If she was on the couch, she'd go psst on the couch. If she was anywhere. So we spent years with those waterproof mattress covers on all the furniture. And then when I moved out and moved into this house on my own, the renter before me had 3 cats, and Kiki started doing it here. So it just took about 2 weeks where I locked her up. She had no opportunity to do anything but a litter box, because she wouldn't go on floor, she'd only go on carpet. And after 2 weeks and still careful monitoring, lots of praise, lots of positive reinforcement, Kiki's fixed. She doesn't do it anymore. She's mended. She can be totally trusted. She can be totally trusted in the RV. She's never had an accident there. So she'll use the litter box when I'm driving. So she is fine. So I know that Vinny's issue is fixable. It's just going to take a lot of patience. And that's the story of how someone who was really never even fond of cats ended up with one cat for sure and possibly two, because I can't be one of those people that just drops him off at the shelter, ASPCA or something. You know, I don't care if it's a no-kill or whatever. I can't do that to him. I took the responsibility of trying to find him a good home, and I'm not going to give up that easy. So hopefully the vet will take him, because he's got some other issues, nothing major, and that would be awesome. Because you would be in the best health any cat could be, and she's a really nice lady. So everybody out there in YouTube land, please cross your fingers that I can find Vinny a good home. Otherwise, I'll end up with two cats, and that's just not gonna work for me. Vinny, Boo Boo, Vincent, Vincenzo, hey, Vincenzo, how you doing, buddy? Alright, tell people like Kiki does. Tell people have a great and wonderful day. Tell them even a cat with one ear is pretty cool. I will say though that when I first got Vinny, I took him in. He was maybe 7 weeks old or so, and he was one sickly little dude. His eyes were messed up. He had ear mites. It was cold. He had pretty good sick going on to him, but nursed him back. He's a great dude. And they're getting along. He's bathing and Kiki's in her window. Kiki, what are you doing? What are you looking for? You're watching for possums or whatever's out there. And after a while, this guy will decide he wants to mess with her, go after her tail, and they get along.